mic and I wasn't set up properly, so I did cut off my live just a few minutes ago. But guys, once again, I want to thank anybody that joins my live stream. And I wanted, like I said, I came on to talk about the situation with Shannon Sharpe and DL Hughley and Comedy Hype News. Shout out to them again. They did a video where they were talking about the Shannon Sharpe situation. Now I'll explain again since I had to redo this video. Shannon Sharpe has been allegedly he's been brought up on charges where he has allegedly sexually assaulted a young woman. And everybody has their opinions on the situation. It has been a hot topic this whole week. And I don't want to talk about that per se, even though it correlates with what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is the fact that the video that Comedy Hype did was basically them talking about DL Hughley taking a shot at Shannon Sharpe about what he's going through. And I don't have feelings one way or the other, but this is the Christian Point of View channel, and I just wanted to give a Christian point of view on this situation because, like I said, everybody has their opinion on this situation, and whether I like it or not, it's not up to me to judge and say whether he did it or he didn't. Some people have made their assumptions and they have made it clear that they believe he did. Some have made it clear that they believe that he did not do it. But I digress from talking about that. What I want to talk about is the fact that DL Hughley decided to comment about the Shannon Sharpe situation. And what I want to do is show you the video that Comedy Hype posted, and I wanted to let you hear it, and then I'll come back with my commentary.
Vibes Club in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News. I'm John Abba. The biggest entertainment story this week, without a doubt, has to be around Shannon Sharpe and the situation that has got everyone talking and chiming in with their own jokes, thoughts, and commentary. Now, D.L. Hughley, who has had his own run-ins with Shannon, will join in on the fun by taking his thoughts to social media site Threads to write, "Shannon better be glad that Shannon ain't interviewing Shannon on Club Shay Shay." This would be a clear diss towards Shannon's recent sexual assault accusations. As mentioned, this isn't the first time that Hughley has taken shots at Sharpe and his Club Shay Shay podcast. In the past, he's criticized as a platform for causing harm to people he loves, and even going as far as calling Sharpe Wendy Williams with a weight set. Now, if you didn't know, just last year, while interviewing for Vlad TV, Hughley would state he'll never go on Club Shay Shay to give the host a viral moment. Regarding the controversial topics and beefs that are often brought up in
Now, you heard all of that. And as I said, I don't have a problem with him weighing in on the situation, but what I have an issue with is making fun of Shannon Sharpe's downfall. And that's what the Christian point of view is all about. When we think that we're better, what makes it right? If you say that his platform is harming the black community, why would you then decide that it is better for you to go make fun of him because he's in trouble now? And I have a real issue with that, with a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people that use their platforms to talk about things that's going on in the culture. And I feel like we dog each other so much. And then we decide that white people shouldn't say nothing. White people have to treat us like gold. What is it? Why is it funny, or why is it a time to joke when these are serious allegations? And for you to believe that because you have a problem with him, something that you don't like that he did, you have decided that it makes sense for you to go on your platform and to decide that you're going to talk about him. You're going to make a joke. You're going to say things, to make sure that you are letting him know that he's getting what he deserves in your eyes. And that's the way you feel. Now, he's entitled. He has freedom to do what he wants to do. But I feel like we do a lot of complaining and moaning and groaning about what's going on in the world, how black people are treated, how the culture is treated. But what are we doing to help the culture when we are more dangerous and more mad at each other and more separated from each other than white people are? We make everything about race. People are talking about the fact that he was messing with a young white lady. And then you have some that was saying it's his business. Now, on the Christian point of view, like I said, I don't like to give a lot of fluff. I don't like to give, a whole video of my opinions. But I just feel like there's a solution to everything that's going on in this world. And God is the real solution. But I will say this. When you think that it is good and okay to dog your fellow black man, and you're a black man, and you think that it's okay, how much harm do you think that does to the black community? As far as us standing together, as far as us being in harmony, and as far as of us loving each other and uplifting each other and talking and speaking about black excellence. I feel like we can do better by, some things you can keep to yourself. What does that bring to the situation? Okay, he's dealing with a situation, but how does that help? What does that do for you to get on and laugh at his situation and laugh at his circumstances? You may not like what he's doing on Club Shay Shay, and you said you're not jealous. Well, if you're not jealous, then why are you paying such close attention and feeling the need to have a comment on what this man is going through? And I'm speaking on it because I feel like, if we want better, we have to do better. I'm talking to black people. I'm talking to black people. And I'm not jumping on black people. I love my black people. I love my culture. But I am saying that we have to be careful. If we want respect, we have to give respect to each other. It starts with us. It really starts with us. Whether we believe it or not, whether we want to accept that or not, it starts with us. Now, I'm bringing up D.L. Hughley and the Shannon Sharpe situation because it's something that's going on in the news and in culture. But I'm really bringing it up because I really feel like we're not trying to find a solution with the climate of racism that's going on right now. We blaming everybody. We're looking for something to happen so we can say, look how they treat black people. And I understand that we get the short end of the stick a lot of times. But do we ever try to find a solution? Or do we make a bad situation worse because we don't even know how to treat each other? And we don't want to talk about that. We want to sweep that under the rug and say, that's not the problem. But it is the problem. If you're going to dog and down somebody that looks like you, then what good is it? What do you think you can say when you're trying to stand up for white people going up against us? We have no dog in the fight. We're not in unison. I mean, you might not like everything I do. You might not like everything I say. But it's still very important that we recognize that we should be as one. We are stronger as a unit. And whether we know it or not, when I try to shame you, somebody who I say looks like me, somebody who I claim is my brother or my sister, when I try to shame you, I'm no better than you. And then it just opens the door for the enemy to come in and just create more and more division. And that's what he does, and that's what he's good at, and that's what how he continues to hurt our community. That's why we can't get over the hump. That's why we can't progress, whether we want to believe it or not. We can have arguments online. We can debate who's right and who's wrong. But at the end of the day, if we're honest with ourselves, unity it makes us way stronger. You should be encouraging Shannon Sharpe, not downing him, not making fun of him because of a situation that you had with him, because that is a serious situation. Those are serious allegations. And my life and your life is not entertainment for other people. It shouldn't be. Now he's in a spotlight, and you can't hide from what you're going through when you're in the spotlight. When you are a celebrity, people are going to keep tabs on your life. But when things are happening in your life, it's not up to me to judge whether you're a good or a bad person. Whatever's going on in your life, I can pray for you, and if I can encourage, I should encourage. Because first of all, what does it help for everybody to get online and we battle with each other and we say, well, Shannon was wrong, the woman was wrong, and then someone to get online and they make jokes, crass jokes. You know, it's not a funny situation. It's not a funny situation. I will say that much. It's not a funny situation. And we have to realize the root cause of all of our problems. And the root cause of all of our problems is because we think we're right. Everything that we do, it seems right to us. So we go ahead and we do it, whether it's beating somebody down when they're hurt and they're in pain, whether it's talking bad about each other online. We do these things and we think that it's okay. We justify it. You say, well, he does this, and we sound like children. And then we look at the white man and we're looking for him to uplift us or help us or put something in place that'll make it better for us. But when are we gonna do something to make it better for ourselves? And it starts with that. How do we treat each other? How do we show love to each other? And people may not want to hear that, and people may say that's easier said than done. But what do you expect when there's so many holes it's so much division, I'll say. It's easier for the enemy to come through when it's so much division. How can he not attack you when you're not standing in unison? Think about your children. When your children want something, they come to daddy. And if daddy and mama is not in unison, they go to daddy. Daddy says no. They go to mama. Mama says yes. What does that create? That creates a problem. So when Shannon Sharpe is in trouble and D.L. Hughley decides that, oh, this is a time for me to laugh at his pain. This is a time for me to say, aha, that's what you get. Instead of saying, you know what, my brother, I'm with you. I hope that everything works out in your favor. I don't know if you did it or not, but I'm with you. I don't wish this on my worst enemy. Why is that hard to say in a time like this? Because like I said earlier, these are serious allegations. They are serious allegations. We don't know if Shannon Sharpe did it or not. But what we do know is It's happening, and everybody's talking about it. And how does it benefit you to laugh at him, or to make a joke about him, or to say, sound like you're saying that's what he gets? And then if somebody white goes off and says it, everybody's mad. Everybody's in an uproar. Like when the situation was went on with him and Skip Bayless. D.L. Hughley jumped on his bandwagon. Like, oh, Skip Bayless shouldn't have treated him like that. Why? Because Skip Bayless is white. We didn't know everything that was going on in that situation. But we have to show unison at all times. At all times. Not sometimes. Not when it suits us, and it makes for a good camera action, so we can say, oh, look, I'm standing for my people. That's why we're still stuck in 1960, whether we want to admit it or not. People can get mad, people can get upset when people say we're stuck, because we don't want to move away from the childish behavior and the discord that we create amongst each other. Now, some things you can keep to yourself. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Because if what he's going through, if that makes you feel like, oh, he's getting what he deserves, you have a lot of people following you. He has a lot of people following him. People know you two are well-known individuals. What does that say to white people when we can constantly dog each other? We're constantly in battle. What does that say to white people? We want white people to respect us. We want white people to stop marginalizing us. But then I can talk bad about my own people. I can make my own people look bad. I can say horrible things about my own people. What does that say about you? It doesn't make you look good. It doesn't take away from the fact that he's gonna either get off or he's going to be in trouble. But either way, it's not something to joke about. It's not something that we feel like we should have something to say, and it's not positive. Because this is not a positive situation. So all that you really can do, if you don't have anything positive to say, is to be quiet. If you don't even want to think of something positive to say, the best thing to do is be quiet. And if you want to, pray for him. If you don't, okay. But I feel like we hurt ourselves when we want to play judge and jury, when we want to play the part of the person that can say, well, that's what you get. You got what you deserve. We think we have those rights. But then when a Christian brings their point of view and say, hey, you wrong. You're dead wrong. And we can even show you in scripture where you're wrong, and you get mad at us. And you say, see, that's why we don't fool with Christians. That's why I don't affiliate myself with Christianity. I don't associate with them. That's why. You're too judgmental. But at the very same time, you can say, aha, that's what you get. Aha, you going through this. That's what you get. You can basically say that to someone who you say looks like you in certain moments. Now, if a white person had did him wrong, or shot him or whatever, then we mad, we upset, we ready to go to war. But I'm not going to continue on my tirade. I'm going to show you what God has to say. Because like I said, I don't like to give you a lot of fluff. I don't like to give you a lot of fluff when I'm doing my videos. I want to show you what God has to say. And I'm going to show you what he has to say about this situation. This is what he has to say. Do not rejoice when your enemy fails, and let not your heart be glad when he stumbles, lest the Lord see it and be displeased and turn away his anger from him. So he's basically telling you it's not funny. It's not something that you take lightly, and it's not something that you should joke about. It's not something you should have something negative to say about. It's enough negativity going on with the fact that he's even in this situation. So it doesn't make it better. It does not make it better when you decide that you're going to say, aha, aha. When you take this as your moment, as your time to say, aha, that's what you get. It says, do not rejoice when your enemy fails, and let not your heart be glad when he stumbles, lest the Lord see it and be displeased and turn away his anger from him. So if Shannon Sharpe comes out of this unscathed, your whole post was in vain. So that's what I really came on to say, guys. I hope that I said something to cause you to think. And if it upset you, if it offended you, then maybe that it should cause you to consider what I'm saying and not be mad at me. I'm just the messenger, but you can be mad at me if you want to. But what I'm saying is, it's not productive to continue to watch other people fail and then we laugh. It's not productive when we decide that my own people have become my enemy because they did something I don't like. We've all did something somebody doesn't like. So guys, I just hope that this gives you something to think about. And maybe the next time you get mad about some white person doing something to some black person and you want to unite with your black people, then don't let it only be at those times. Unite with your black people at all times. We are all a part of one race, and that's the human race. And remember that. We are all humans first. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. You are human first. And if you take that for granted, then you're going to see more of what you see. And that's us being stuck and continuously being marginalized and oppressed. So let's get off of that, get off our soapbox of thinking that it's okay to continue to down each other and fight with each other and go back and forth with each other. I love you guys, and God loves you as well. Peace, and I'm out.